Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Before and After Dark with your show, as always, Queen Crazy K. Be sure to hit that like, that share, that follow, that subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube. Totally free when support my channel. I enjoy doing these videos for you guys, and I want you guys to give your feedback that you also enjoy me doing these videos for you guys. So go ahead and subscribe on both Instagram and YouTube and follow me. You got, my rapping videos, my other podcasts, and this half an hour podcast I'm gonna do over the last past week. We had Christmas and New Year's, and we didn't have a Monday Night Raw. Kind of bummed about that, but I do get to tell you guys my top 10 2022 and why it is my top 10 2022 matches that I chose. And then we had, the awards of wrestling that just passed, award games, and now we're in January and got the Royal Rumble coming up. We got tonight's Raw prediction I'm gonna do, and this Friday's SmackDown prediction. And my all-time favorite 16-time champ John Cena that we're gonna celebrate, who returned the Friday Night SmackDown with the win on top of it. I'm gonna talk about in this video, like I'm gonna show, watch a video and monitor test like I do, and talk about it as it goes on and all that kind of stuff. So we'll do that as well. And got a lot to talk about in this half an hour podcast, but I'm going to do everything you need to know, you want to know, and more. And it's going to be awesome. It's going to be amazing. We had Super Showdown. We had Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch battle it out for the Raw Women's Championship belt, but it was interference by Bayley and Damage Control. So Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch had to team up together to take out Bayley and Damage Control for ruining the Raw Women's Championship match between two great, in my book, legends. I mean, Becky Lynch is already one of the horsewomen, one of the legends, and Bianca Belair is on her way to be one of them. So they had to work together to get that done. We had Braun Strowman and, kick Sami Zayn's ass, but the Usos definitely beat the Brolin brothers, which is why the Brolin brothers attacked the Usos on SmackDown, and then the Usos attacked Kevin Owens and John Cena, and then Drew McIntyre's returned from injury and came back as the dominant psycho Scottish path that he is. Make sure that didn't happen. Cena with the win, Roman still undefeated. Usos dominant on Raw, sending a message before it even happened. And after, John Cena and they sent a message, it was mostly John Cena, but I'm going to say John Cena and Kevin Owens because Kevin Owens has been building up before everyone knew John Cena was returning, let alone being the tag team partner of Kevin Owens. Now, I knew he was returning. I just didn't know if it was a match, this return. I just been saying that he's going to return, that he's returning. Like, I heard some things about it that I didn't want to get everybody's hopes up, including my own, because he's my all-time favorite superstar. He got me started into wrestling, and it's always been, it's enough to have that athleticy the way that he does, but also have a great personality on top of it, which is why John Cena always has and always will be my all-time favorite WWE superstar. He's got me inspired to wrestling. He shows me the ropes, shows me how to get done like a champion, like a boss, and, you get knocked down off your pedestal, you get back up and fight harder and stronger the next time, and there's no shame in his game. So, with that being said, I think outside, like I said, just him as a superstar, he's a great human being as well. And it's kind of hard not to, if you don't like the guy, it's kind of hard not to respect him, and I don't know why you wouldn't like him. So, the only thing I think of people not liking him is getting jealous, thinking he's overhyped. He's not overhyped. He puts in the work, he puts in the accolades, he gets the job done, and he just does it. Because he's earned it, not because it was given to him. So, people got a problem with it. You can't satisfy everybody. You can't make everybody happy. So there's going to be somebody that has something to say, try to take you down. All you can do is lift your head up, fight harder and stronger, be a better person than they are, and not let you lose yourself and your confidence in what you do. And as long as you love what you're doing and appreciate what you're doing, who cares what other people say and think, even if you're the only one watching or paying attention to your stuff. That's just the way it is out here. That's just the way you have to be, and you have to think, and you have to go through your life and do it. And, he shows that positive attitude, and I think that he's a good inspiration as getting him beat. And I think that I really appreciated, not only did he do a match on SmackDown, but I also seen him on a WWE Live match as well. That I was talking about, this Super Showdown with not only did I get to see Becky Lynch and Bianca team up against Bayley and Damage Control and to beat them in a tag team match for destroying the Raw Women's Championship match, but I got to see John Cena return and win a match with Kevin Owens, and then Roman Reigns is still undefeated. And then when the Usos attacked them, Drew McIntyre's returned and against him and got in there when Solo defeated Sheamus and sent a message on Monday Night Raw when they got challenged on SmackDown in the first place. And then you see John Cena, Kevin Owens, and Drew McIntyre's win a six-man tag team match against the Usos and Sami Zayn in the Super Showdown, which kind of relates to that message they sent on Raw. And so they won a tag team match at Crown Jewel for the Raw and SmackDown tag team against the Brawling Brothers in the first place before they attacked Sheamus, which Drew McIntyre was not going to let them break his neck and was not going to let them injure them like they already did. So with that being said, it's a win-win for me. It's a win-win situation. Enjoy the return and the win from Cena. Roman's still undefeated. You had the Usos out there attacking him because they won, and Drew wasn't having it, and Solo winning the match earlier on when they came out there against Butch and Olive and stopping him from assaulting Sheamus. It's like Solo, you already won against Sheamus, but Drew wasn't going to let you attack him after the match. And then, Cena, Kevin Owens won fair square. They wasn't going to let you attack them after the match. And then sending the messages on Raw because they beat you on this last Super Showdown six-man tag team match. And Roman is still our tribal chief and still undefeated Universal Champion for 3 years now. Officially 3 years now. So, in my opinion, my thoughts, that was a good Friday Night SmackDown. That was awesome. And I've been telling you guys for weeks that Charlotte Flair would be the one to return. And now she is our new 14-time Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion. Charlotte Flair over Ronda Rousey, and Shayna Baszler got what she deserved for trying to injure Raquel out of the equation in general. So I really love that, and all I can say is, woo! On that. I've been telling you guys for weeks and weeks that it was going to be her, that she was going to return, and one of these SmackDowns, I didn't know what SmackDown, and some people probably thought maybe WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. She might have a good WrestleMania match, but for Charlotte to return, not only with her and Ronda Rousey going back and forth, Charlotte was the one to beat Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania for the SmackDown Women's Champion belt. It was the triple threat of her and Becky Lynch, and big time Bex beat Ronda Rousey and Charlotte both at the same time, become Becky 2 belts, Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champion. Charlotte beat the hell out of Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series when Ronda Rousey beat Charlotte in the I Quit match to make up for it. And Charlotte got her revenge, and Ronda Rousey became SmackDown champion because she's the one that injured her elbow in the first place. And, Charlotte returns after an injured elbow. She got married, she got to travel the world, and now she's SmackDown Women's Champion over the woman who tried to end her career in the I Quit match on Ronda Rousey on SmackDown. And Shayna got what she deserved for what she did to Raquel, trying to get her out of the equation. And it's been going back and forth since, like I said, with her and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, who, beat both of them. Because she's big time Bex. She's a fire and Irish lash kicker, and that's why. So, with that being said, that pretty much was over and done. They're even, they're about square now. And then you had Elma, who got in Scarlett's face, who was the official WWE superstar, who was on the bump to express herself a little bit more. I think that they'll have something with that going on. We'll have the bump with the Ninja Warrior Ricochet. Titus O'Neil, who's on a lot of Make-A-Wish kids, was on there. And I believe Drew Gulak, we've seen him as a wrestler, and then he was some kind of interviewer now, and, see him backstage on Raw and SmackDown and NXT and stuff. So, see him kind of finding his way and what he wants to do with himself as far as being a wrestler and then being on the bump a couple of times now, and now an interviewer and does exclusive, like Raw SmackDown after Raw SmackDown goes up there and stuff, with the return of Charlotte Flair, with John Cena with the big win from his return, and then going in a Super Showdown tag team match with the win, and Roman still being the Usos. Kind of started that blood on a Raw, and, ended up on SmackDown with the finish one. With the, big old bull and stuff. So, that was what I cared to the bump, and, based off the results of Friday Night SmackDown. I know, some of you guys right here, I was going to show it. Some of you guys already seen my Friday Night SmackDown, results right here. Money stack growing to the huge on the swell off. Franchise being now really slow, mad in the music, take a tail go, and the physics, the soldier. And I see you up in the butt, push the thumping on your chumps like I'm thunder on life. Ain't no way you work with feeling harder than nails. Plus I keep it on lock like I'm hard in the jail, smaller with sale. Competition, but the whole block wishing they could come in my position, but they're going fishing. So straight, bust your mouth like cocaine. It's the French fry, like a fry now. You can't see me, my time is now. So, that was on the bump out of character, the results on Friday Night SmackDown, and my opinions and thoughts on that. Super Showdown and WWE Live that's still played on for with the New Year's and Christmas combining. They did a holiday Super Showdown Live, so they kind of mixed it up a little bit. So, based off of that, my prediction for this Friday Night SmackDown would have to be, what's next for our new SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte Flair. Emma stepping in a singles action against Scarlett to settle that. Rey Mysterio and Karen Cross in a match after he beat Angel and his cousin when he got involved. Build that kind of match. And what's next for the Bloodline to recover after the loss last week? As far as the John Cena, Kevin Owens, what's next for the Bloodline, and especially the Universal Champion like Roman Reigns. I think he's gonna kick Sami Zayn out the Bloodline group, or give him a good old ass whooping and then kick him out of the Bloodline group. So I think he's in deep hot water right now. Roman Reigns is definitely gonna destroy Sami Zayn out of the Bloodline group. And Scarlett, I think, will lose against Emma in a singles action. And the Bloodline and tag team against the Brawling Brothers is only the beginning of it with Drew McIntyre and Sheamus as well. So that would be a good match too for Roman, Solo, and the Usos to win against Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and the Brawling Brothers. But in a 4-for-8 man tag team match. Then Scarlett, like I said, with Karen Cross, and Scarlett would be Rey Mysterio because he was lurking on Rey Mysterio, which I thought that the mixed tag team match with Outcast and him was gonna happen, but that might not be. And then, like I said, what's next for I think Raquel should get a fair opportunity against Charlotte and SmackDown and Champions because she wasn't fully recovered. But maybe there's another opponent for Charlotte as far as that goes, or just a celebration. Maybe she doesn't even have to wrestle for it. So, based off, and then Ricochet, he kind of got into a Top Dollar, a little joke going out of hand. So, Top Dollar and Ricochet definitely in the singles action. Strowman getting his revenge on Gunther for last week to become Intercontinental Champion. Now, the question is, who's going to stop Strowman? Ricochet tapped him on the head, came out there with that steel chair. But if he's going to be busy with Top Dollar, who's going to help out Strowman against them is the question. I'm trying to think and be like, well, maybe the rest of the hero can come up, but, because Top Dollar and, going to singles action, and there's no teams a part of, Ricochet and him. There's, it's just the two of them when they go out there. So maybe Hero will come and help out Strowman. Maybe. Otherwise, I don't know right now at this point. I just don't know. And as far as that goes, that is the results of Friday Night SmackDown. My video that y'all seen results of Friday Night SmackDown, in my opinion and prediction for this coming Friday Night SmackDown, without a character and the bump information, all that good stuff. It's been pretty chill, went well, and that's how I feel about it. And then based off of here, top 10. These are my top 10 wrestling matches. Now, my top 10 would have to be the Bloodline winning at Survivor Series team. Sami Zayn being officially a part of the Bloodline, with the Bloodline winning at Survivor Series. And then the EST teaming up with Becky Lynch, my two favorite wrestlers on Monday Night Raw, winning Survivor Series together. And then you have the EST Rollins champion against Bayley and her two proteges in Extreme Rules match all by herself in the ladder match. The New Day and the Usos always bring the history. They've been at it to be the greatest Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions in WWE history. And now you got the Usos Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions and the New Day, the NXT Tag Team Champions. They made history with each other over the years for so long, and they have so much respect and so much competitive and so much athleticity and positivity in that ring that the New Day, what better than the New Day and the Usos to become the greatest tag team champions in WWE history? Like I was saying with Roman Reigns being the Universal and WWE champion, and then A&W champion was Jon Moxley, and Seth Rollins was the United States champion, how they dominated as the Shield, and now they're dominating in individuals on all the brand. That's what the Usos and the New Day. The Usos are Raw and SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the greatest in history and the longest in history. And then here you got the NXT Tag Team Champions, the New Day, who's made it all possible with, between the Usos and New Day over the ring. So, and they're what better than to start off last year with them in a tag team match at day one for the titles, to be the greatest, to be the longest, and to be the best team with the two best teams in WWE history. And then I think that then you got battlegrounds. That's just on there. That's just extra. But Strowman and Omos, two gladiator giants. It's kind of like a Mark Henry and the Big Show. Who's the giant man? Who's the strong man? Who's the greater and better athletic man in that ring? And then that would be Bianca and Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, much like the history that was made between Bianca and Sasha Banks being the first two African American women main event, WrestleMania, dominating. It wasn't even about a winner. It was just about the fact of them making history together and amongst each other, let alone a SmackDown Women's Champion being crowned afterwards, kind of like her and Becky did since it's been going on since SummerSlam. Then you have Stone Cold Steve Austin. Oh, hell yeah, I love to have a cold beer with him. Snakes and skulls, my kind of tea. You got beer going on. You got Downing, doing his own podcast. Has the host of Broken Skulls, Stone Cold Steve Austin, just dominating over WrestleMania. Over Kevin Owens, Cody Rhodes, American Nightmare, Seth Rollins playing mind games, try to destroy his pet, his shoulder and everything, through this area. I'm not sure what that's called. I think it was pet or something like that. On Monday Night Raw, and then Cody Rhodes getting his revenge, winning at Hell in a Cell. Third generation, you got Dusty Rhodes, you got Goldust, and now you got Cody Rhodes, third generation Hall of Famer, legendary, dominating Seth Rollins at Hell in a Cell to get his revenge for what he did on Monday Night Raw, being injured on top of it. Then that brings to Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns, who, again, history has been made between them for years. First it was Paul Heyman helping Brock against Roman. Now it's Paul Heyman helping Roman against Brock. And they dominate Brock at Last Man Standing match at SummerSlam. And, they've been at each other's throat for years and back and forth. And this has been going on like a long time coming. As far as that goes, you already know it's going to be a dominated, destructive, vicious match. Let alone the Bloodline and Roman You had Brock Lesnar on Theory, who didn't even get to cash in his money, running into a F5, and then you had on top of that, the Bloodline and Brock Lesnar, who had unsettled business from what happened on SmackDown. Roman and Brock has been going back and forth. One minute this guy's a good guy, this guy's a bad guy, and now they just kind of flipped their character for a different person, and now it's still going on back and forth. Who's the better man? Who's the better athlete? Who's power strongest? The roughest, quickest, and kind of like one of those rivals that will just go on and on. And I could talk about great rivals like The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's a great rival. John Cena and Randy Orton. That's a great rival. Revolution and The Shield. That's a great rival. Now you got Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, another great rival. Mark Henry and Big Show I was talking about with Omos and Strowman. But the thing is, those times have been going on for years. Back and forth. The power about who's the strongest, who's the roughest, who's the quickest, who's the toughest, who's the better man, who's the better athlete, who's the dominator, who's the giant one. It's all about this, and this, what you're trying to do, what you're trying to represent, what you're trying to be, and what you're doing now, and what you want people to know what you do, how you do, and when you're in that ring, that you mean business, and no matter what they think, you have to show them better than you can tell them, as you want to stick to your words and your ground. Like John Cena, you can't see me, right? You want him to know. He wants everybody to know. You can't see him. So he has to dominate Randy Orton with that arrival. Randy Orton wants to know he's the most sadistic viper predator in that ring, so he has to RKO him this try. Stone Cold Steve Austin wants to drink beer and celebrate, whooping The Rock's ass just as well as The Rock wants to say, well, I'm the most liked man in sports entertainment. I'm going to give the people what they want, the people's champ, by giving you a damn rock bottom, even if it takes 5 to beat you at WrestleMania. Exactly. Or John Cena, you can't hear him when he beat him in a Hell in a Cell match to verse Brock Lesnar. Who wants to be the beast? Who wants to dominate just because he can, just because he is an ass kicker and a dominator and a destroyer, and he wants everyone to see it better than he can tell them, as well as Roman, who's been like, I beat you in the past. I could definitely beat you when I'm in God's mode and unstoppable as the tribal chief. Nothing has changed when I was not a good guy, a bad guy, the guy, the big dog. But nothing has changed now that I am unstoppable. And it's definitely going to benefit him. And he did that at Last Man Standing match at SummerSlam. And, that's the point. What you say better than you can tell, saying actions speak louder than words type of kind of thing. Those are great rivals. Those are great examples. Those are great of what they, their beliefs and how they're going to show their beliefs. Actions speak louder than words. And that was a great example. That was a great accomplishment. I think that they are. I think those are one of the top 5s. There's plenty more, like Trish Stratus and Lita, who broke the record for women and to get in there and dominate, besides the damn Butterfly and the Butterfly title, that they get actual championship belt, and not Butterfly. They actually get to be superstars and not divas, just because they get on home mad, just like the next guy, and that they can destroy somebody. You got a problem, you say it in the ring, you take it down the ring with the fight, with the match, and you don't let anybody else, tell you otherwise or why you can't. You show them that you can, and you are, and you did. And you're going to continue to do what you set your mind to do. So that is why those are my top 10 matches of 2022 as far as that goes. And those are, my prediction for this coming SmackDown based off the results of last SmackDown. As far as I got Super Showdown, WWE Live and all that good stuff, all the inside Raw and SmackDown, just about Cena returning and Charlotte returning, really. And New Year's and Christmas, like I was telling you, got that me you saw my SmackDown video, let alone me just re-showing it just now. And that also, on top of that, I got a few videos right here. I was going to show a little bit. This is my happy holidays. And YouTube, I just want to wish everybody Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. Hope you're with your family, your friends, having a good time. enjoying your night and your evening, day, whatever it is, and all that other good stuff. Thank you for the follows and the likes and the shares and the positive feedback that y'all been giving me and the subscribers on Instagram and YouTube so far. Meaning that not only you guys enjoying my videos now, it's my new hat I got for Christmas. Also my videos for you. My Hero Academia. I enjoy doing. Love that anime. You enjoy watching, so it's really good. It's my New Year's video to everybody that most of you guys already seen. I'll be having my podcast tomorrow, half an hour within it, talk about what's been going on this week with Raw and SmackDown, and Raw and SmackDown. That was a week ago, and then this is my Christmas video. Christmas of 2022. And then end of 2022, everyone's always like, I'm ready for the new year, the new me, yeah! So I had a great time doing that, that one and all that good stuff, That's from Hawaii. This is a piece of the lava. That is a piece of the lava my grandpa and my grandparents that they picked up in Hawaii. That is a piece of the lava from Hawaii when they went 7 days for a cruise ship there in Hawaii. So that is awesome. That is a memory. That is awesome. That is my my Christmas video for y'all to see, my New Year's video for y'all to see, my holiday video for y'all to see. That's why you should watch, you should like, you should share. Not only watch, but also like and comment, share if you need to. But that's why you should follow and subscribe. As far as watching this podcast, liking this podcast, sharing this podcast, and comment on this podcast, you should also subscribe to see my New Year's video, my Christmas video, my holiday video, this and more podcasts and more rapping videos as well that I have on there, entertaining and acting videos and predictions, just to entertain on both of them. This is why I do this. It's awesome, it's fun, and it's amazing. It gets the video and it gets the greatness out there. And it really does, yeah. So we're going to wrap this video up as far as it goes. I'm going to do that with celebrating the great John Cena. Just lost something. Oh, well, I'll get it later. So. Enough is enough. Now this is his 16-time championship bill. Came from a bodybuilder to OV, Ohio Valley Wrestling School as the prototype. Came over as the rookie, ruthless, aggressive, warlike, Dr. Defonomics, you can't see me. To 16-time world heavyweight champion. Held that United States championship belt better than anybody in history. Tag team champions with his better rivals like The Miz. He's won Money in the Bank twice. He's won Royal Rumble Royal Rumble twice and Money in the Bank. You know, returned and won the 2008 Royal Rumble. Then he turned around and won the Money in the Bank in 2013 and winning the Royal Rumble again in 2013. So it's like, you know, people like him, they have a lot of great talent and strength power. This is why, like I was saying with John Cena getting started, 16-time WWE World Heavyweight Champion, WWE Champion, and World Heavyweight Champion at the same time. Be Hall of Famers and legendaries like Booker T and JBL to get there. Been in the ring and got respect from people like The Undertaker and Batista, the Animal, to get there. He's won the Royal Rumble twice back in 2008, 2013, and the Money in the Bank, and cashed it in successfully with the Royal Rumble wins as far as that goes. Yes, he didn't, you know, the Money in the Bank well because he kind of got cheated out of that, but we won't even talk about that. But he's held it on great. He's done a lot of things. Like I was saying, there's nothing more else that you can say anything wrong about that. You name it. WWE Championship belt. United States, he's held the United States Championship belt prouder than any WWE superstar in history, in my opinion. 60-time champion like the great Ric Flair on top of the mountain. WWE face of the company has a great attitude along with the talents that he holds in the ring. Most make a wish to be there for other people that can't be at a wrestling but would love to, and making their eyes just spark and light up, let alone the feeling that comes along with it. Returns in 2008 after the injury, wins the Royal Rumble. Returns back to 2013, wins the Royal Rumble again, and the Money in the Bank in that year. And won the Elimination Chamber to be WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, Hell in a Cell matches, I Quit matches, done the most and greatest I Quit matches. Legends like Batista and JBL won the championship on me. He's earned the right to be on the face of a video game, of a bag, of a hat or a shirt for years and years at WWE, the face of the company, because he earned it and he deserves it, and he is the greatest all-time favorite, 60-time John Cena. You can't see me will always be my favorite and always be my inspiration, will always be the one who got me started in wrestling the first place, and be the one why I continue to fight hard and strong and get to that level eventually for myself as well. So thank you, John Cena. He has been in it since the day I've been born. He's been in wrestling as this, literally 20 years. WWE Championship belt made just for him because he's earned it. So that was awesome. That was amazing. I just want to put that out there. You know, it wasn't. I was gonna show you it, but you know, as I talked about it, but kind of got a little overboard here. You know, I only got half an hour on this one, but it's all good and dandy. But that's why I just did a quick replica because I already know what's on it and stuff. So in tag team championship as well, with is better than me. Always great advice. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, follow on both Instagram and YouTube. And Queen Crazy K is out, and we'll see you guys next time. Oh, before I'm gonna do my Monday Night Raw predictions for tonight. So tune in for the next video.